Hey, what's up, squad? Welcome back to Unbiased Magic Reviews. I'm back with another magic review for you today. We're going to be taking a look at some magic from Japan. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at Volume 1 of Secret. Now, this was a 5 DVD set that was put out by Tokyo Magic Carnival. The first DVD centers around card magic and the prominent magician from Osaka named Ars-Takeshi Taniguchi. Really nice to see such an original take on some card plots that maybe you're familiar with. So here he shares 5 of his pet routines, about 10 card moves, flourishes, and some false shuffles, which is really nice to see. And the best part about this is it's really out of the box thinking because it's very unorthodox approach. Nowadays, a lot of card magic that you see, they're all the same moves, they're all the same card plots, and it's like very boring because it's the same kind of thing. So this was really nice to see something totally different. So the routines that you can expect to find on there, there's one that's called Change, where it's a double selection, instantaneously changes from 2 jokers into the 2 selections. So it's like a double color change. Easy to perform, not difficult, something that you're definitely going to use and like a lot. Then there's also an effect on there that's called After, which was one of my favorite effects on there, where you take out 2 pairs of jacks and then you have 2 selections. The selections are returned to the deck, but then they're instantaneously found between each of the pairs of jacks. It's like an impromptu effect you can do anytime, anywhere, and it's hyper visual, really nice effect. Your spectators will be totally floored by it. I've gotten really good results from that routine. The next routine on the DVD is called Separation, and this one was actually my very favorite one because this is a topological oil and water routine where you're going to alternate 3 red cards with 3 black cards, and not only are you alternating them in color, but also you're weaving them together. And then before the spectator even realizes it, the cards are unwoven and the colors have separated. It is like a double whammy effect. Really nice effect. Really enjoyed it a lot, and definitely my favorite effect on there. So I wanted to show you guys this little topological oil and water that I've been getting really good reactions from. It only uses 6 cards, 3 red, 3 black. It's very simple to understand. All you do is this. You put down the red cards first in a row, just like this, and then you're gonna put down the black cards just like this on top of them. You can show that you've got the black card on top of the red card, just like this. You want to just gather them up in a neat little pile like this, so that way they are interlaced with each other and they're alternating in red-black order. In fact, if you were here, I could show you what this looks like. You could show it around to like any spectators that are over there or whatnot. Anyway, so you put it down, and all you do is this. You just make a magical motion over it, and then somehow they've unlaced themselves. Not only have they unlaced themselves, but now all the black cards are on the top, and on the bottom are all the red cards. They've actually separated themselves out too. So it's a really nice little topological oil and water routine. Really like it a lot. This was my favorite effect on the video. The next routine after that is called Jump. And what that, it almost looks like a rise effect. They say it's like an ambitious card, but the selection is face up, and you split the deck into 3 little piles, and you're holding them in your hand. And the selection jumps from one level to the next instantaneously. And it's a little more difficult to perform, but with a little practice, you can start to get the hang of it. Definitely something that I'm gonna work on, and it's something that you've probably never seen before. because it's just very unorthodox in just the way that it's structured. So nice effect, definitely something you should check out. And then finally, the other effect on there is the cards across effect, which is very reminiscent of like a Las Vegas Leaper. And there's not really too much new. You might like that effect. In terms of the other sleights and moves that are taught on there, that the ones that I really liked a lot, there was something called Ars control, which is a card control where the selection is returned to the middle and it's controlled either to the top or the bottom. And this is very reminiscent of like the Mars control from Chris Brown. If you're familiar with the Mars control, this looks just like that control of a card. I also really liked his in the hands false riffle shuffle. He actually does it with the deck upside down, and he shows you how that actually provides more shade for the move. And it's actually a false riffle shuffle that can be done really slowly and still looks really good. So I really like that a lot. He also goes over a false overhand shuffle, which was actually more difficult to perform. So not something I would probably use, but it's definitely there if you are interested in that. In terms of like these moves, my favorite thing that was on there was there's a one-handed double turnover. Really nice, something that I've been practicing, and something that if you can get that down, you're gonna definitely use that a lot because it looks really legit. It's one-hand double turnover, a really nice move there. He goes over a couple flourishes that I'm not really into, but some people might like that. And then finally at the end of the DVD, there's a bonus section where he kind of does like a jam session with another magician by the name of Shinpai Katsuragawa, and that magician is actually on volume 3 of The Secret. And basically they just show each other a couple of different card routines. They don't actually explain anything, but it is interesting because Shinpai does do a variation of Bill Goodwin's Hold the Mayo, so I immediately recognized it, and I actually kind of like figured it out just watching it. So kind of a nice variation of Bill Goodwin's effect. If you are into that, you might like that a lot. In terms of the teaching on the DVD, I thought it was really well done. It's in English, it's dubbed in English, so they speak in Japanese, but it's dubbed in English, very easy to understand. He shows you the move or the effect, and then afterwards the teaching is done in slow motion so you can really get a grasp of it. And then afterwards they also show you a close-up clip in super slow motion, just so that way you really get a good understanding of what's going on. So the teaching's top-notch, the production is really well done. Like I said earlier, that this is $35, but definitely well worth it. I myself am using a couple of the moves that I've already learned from it, and I like 2 out of those 5 routines. I've been practicing them and using them on people left and right because they're impromptu. So I always like any kind of impromptu effect, especially if it's different than my usual type of card magic. So it's nice and refreshing to study some magic from magicians that are thinking in a totally different way. I would not hesitate to rate this 4 out of 5 stars. I'm actually looking forward to checking out the other DVDs in this set because I like this one so much. I may actually do a review on some of the other DVDs in this set. I know that Ponta the Smith did one of them, and I know also, I think Dr. Sawa also did another DVD in this set. So those are ones I may actually pick up and do a review on. So overall, there's some really good card magic on here, totally different way of looking at these plots. And if you're into card magic, I think you're going to really like it a lot. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the difficulty ranges from intermediate to advanced. Some of this stuff is going to take a lot of practice. Some of it is not going to take that much practice overall. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next review.